Hi, I'm Michael Roberts, and in this video you'll see me fitting and fixing two base units, and also making adaptations for pipe work and wiring and much alike to fit. So first I've set up the laser. There was already base units fit. As you can see to the left of the screen, there's an island already set up. So I set the laser to the same height as the units already fitted, just for continuity throughout the kitchen. Next, I was using the batten placing the batten against the wall just to see how straight it is. You don't want to fix your first unit to the wall and second unit perhaps, even in longer wall situations, and then find out you can't keep the whole run straight further down the line. So you need to figure out what angle you're going to work your run at. Luckily this wall was fairly straight, but it did have a slight curve towards the middle section, so that was factored in, as there's going to be a washing machine over to the right as well. So very important to not just assume that the plans are right. So measuring up the walls from wall to wall, make sure that it's going to take all the units, all the decor panels. That's more space that's going to be taken up. So yeah, got to measure up before doing anything else. Get one unit out of the way and just begin the first one. So now the laser's set up, I'm just I'm adjusting the legs. It's easiest to put the front down first so that you can see the laser line reaching the back of the unit, and once the back of the unit's got the laser focused on it, then you can start to adjust the front as well. There might be a bit of back and forth, but you're looking to have the laser shining on the front and back, and then you know it's completely level. Perhaps check in with the spirit level afterwards as well. So once you have it, you're happy with the level of the unit, you can describe the back. There's pipe work, as you can see. So I'm just marking roughly on the unit where the pipe work comes up to, and just trimming off those sections to create space for the pipe work. So the next thing I had to consider with this one was a wire that needed to come through, which was going to be an isolation for the hob. So I took a 20mm spade bit just to drill a neat hole out of the backboard for the wire to come through. Just measured up how far down it was from the top of the unit on the back side, how far away from the wall, and then just marked that out on the inside and went ahead and drilled my hole, pulled the wire through, as you can see. I then needed to drill holes towards the top of the unit for my fixings to go through, and just ensuring that the holes were low enough so that the orange spacer plugs won't stick out the top of the unit once there's a nail going through it. Moved on to the next unit, leveled all the legs, and also the backboard didn't need to be on this unit, so I'm just removing all the staples. It's going to have a cooker on it. It's got a plug in there which is isolation for the washing machine, so it had to come up. Obviously it's a drawer unit, so when the drawers are in, the backboard not being there won't be exposed, and it's a plain white wall back there anyway, so yeah, not a problem. So now I'm just measuring out on the unit for making space for the pipes, the access, and cutting that with my handheld circular saw or compact circular saw, should I say. So I actually ended up having to take a bit more off to allow for the waste pipe for the washing machine and the inlet pipes or inlet hoses as well. So pipe work that's not there just yet. So the unit's all nice and level now, ready to be fixed together. So you clamp the units together, make sure they're not going to move, they'll stay at the same levels, and then you know when you're fixing it together it's not going to move. So I put the screws in the side with the drawer runners, because as I said, obviously there's going to be drawers in there, so once I've put the screws in to join, the screws will actually be hidden as well, which is just an added bonus. Just again saves a little bit of time, not having to cover the screws afterwards, and just keeps the inside of the unit that can be seen looking clear, more visually appealing. So now I'm just thinking about where the wires are, where the pipes are possibly coming from. So we looked at plans, look at the wires on the wall, what you can see, sockets. You can generally assume that wires will be running horizontal or vertical from sockets and etc. That would be current regulations, but not to say that all old buildings will follow the same, especially where DI wires might come into play. So look at the plans first, just drilling through the pilot holes I drilled earlier into the wall, ready to take wall plugs and then the screws for fitting. Next we just needed to fit a decor panel at the end to go the other side of the washing machine. So as you see there, Otto just running the batten off the front of the units just to make sure that this panel is going to end up totally in line with the units that have already been fixed. So we're able to mark up where the front of these units are and just put the marking 22mm ahead of the units, 25mm sorry, as the rest of the units will have doors on which are 22mm thick with a 3mm buffer, so this will finish perfectly in line with them. So all you're considering is this 22mm panel with no buffer. So these fixtures have been put on the wall, it's nice and easy. The screws will be hidden. Simplest way to keep adding battens for side panels to join onto. Obviously the front panel is going to be most visible once the kitchen's finished, so that's the reason you're trying to put fixtures on the wall. Hide the screws for that particular panel. The rest are not so important, they'll be tucked behind a washing machine. Here are some close-ups of the final product. Cutouts for access holes, wires coming through ready to become isolations, fixtures at the back. You see double spacer plugs just as they're both extendable. And there's the final run. Thanks for watching.